Hi, I'm Jill Padro, and today is September 27th, 2017, and today we're going to progress through unilateral rows. So the objective is for the demonstrator to be able to execute the open kinetic chain pulling movement without compromising the stability of the scapulothoracic joint or the lumbar spine. So for the first part of this exercise, we're going to do a bilateral seated row using the seat or the bench as a way for the individual to rest their chest on while they're conducting the exercise. They want to grasp the machine or the cable handles with both hands firmly and then pull back until that elbow is at a 90-degree angle without protracting the scapula. As they exhale and gently pull the load bilaterally toward the body, we want to make sure that the body isn't changing position at the lumbar spine. And the goal is to continue pulling into the elbows while maintaining a stable trunk and shoulder girdle. And then slowly returning to the starting position by extending the arms. Next, we progress to a seated row, just without using that bench or seat as a stabilizer. When an individual shows proficiency at completing those seated rows correctly, we move on to a standing row. We want to repeat the same bilateral movement, but standing in a split stance position, alternating the forward leg with each set. From the bilateral standing row, we move on to the single arm row using a contralateral stance. We're repeating the same movement but pulling unilaterally with one arm while the opposite leg is positioned forward in the split stance. Our final progression is the single arm row using an ipsilateral stance. So again, repeating the same movement but pulling unilaterally with one arm with the same side leg is positioned forward in the split stance. The challenge in this final position is to resist the body's temptation to want to rotate while executing the pulling movement. Some important points about this exercise. When executing the pulling motion, whether unilaterally or bilaterally, we want that elbow to be at a 90-degree angle. We don't necessarily want our athletes or the people that we are working with to retract that scapula and make it into a back exercise. What we want them to be right here at the end of that open chain movement.